The health and safety protocols for Princess Cruise Lines? Well, that's what we're going to be covering today, and we're going to get into it right after this. Chris here with High Seas Cruising, and welcome to today's video. Alright, we're continuing our series here in the health and safety protocols of all of the cruise lines that sail from the United States. And today we're going over Princess Cruise Line. Now, Princess Cruise Lines, they're pretty darn similar, right up there with Carnival Cruise Lines. So if you are familiar with Carnival Cruise Lines health and safety protocols, well, Princesses, they're pretty much are the same. So let's go ahead and jump right in and take a look at Princess's protocols. Alright, so we go over to Princess Cruise Line's website, come up here to the top, click on Health Protocols. Health Protocols for your cruise. These were updated November the 3rd of 2021. Your health and safety are our highest priorities. That's why we've developed comprehensive health protocols and procedures designed to protect our guests and crew while delivering the vacation experience you love. We currently operate vaccinated cruises with guest and crew vaccination rates approaching 100%. Health protocols for cruises through February 28th of 2022. Cruises are available for guests who have all of the following. Receive their final dose of an authorized COVID-19 vaccine at least 14 days before the beginning of the cruise. Proof of vaccination. Sailing from the United States, proof of a negative viral COVID-19 test, PCR or antigen, taken within 2 days of their embarkation. Sailings from the United Kingdom, proof of a negative viral COVID-19 test taken at the terminal, which will be provided on a complimentary basis. Guests will also be required to wear a face mask in certain areas. Pre-cruise and arrival, we're implementing new requirements to protect our guests and crew while on board. We expect these will be temporary. We appreciate your cooperation and look forward to welcoming you on board. Guest and travel protocols. Before finalizing travel plans, guests should carefully review our protocols and recommendations from government health authorities. Guests who travel internationally should always ensure they understand all entry and airline requirements to travel from their home country and the destination they plan to visit, including where health authorities may require pre-travel COVID-19 testing. Details continue to be updated regularly. Official websites and apps developed by government agencies and tourism ministries are the recommended resources. The Medallion class experience, now available on all ships. Princess Medallion class puts control of your vacation in your hands, letting you decide who you interact with and how. Enjoy truly touchless experiences by personalized service that makes everything easier, including physical distancing. Crowd-free, simplified safety training, Journey View Digital Planner, Ocean Now Services on Demand, Medallion Pay, contactless payment, more digital entertainment and gaming. Online check-in. The Medallion class app makes it easy to complete important ocean-ready steps and cruise check-in. This includes selecting a preferred port arrival time to help stagger boarding, completing the health questionnaire, confirming the passage contract, COVID-19 acceptance, and vaccination attestation. It is important that all guests arrive on a timely basis, as early arrivals cannot be accommodated and will be asked to return at their assigned time. COVID-19 vaccination requirements. These cruises will be operated as vaccinated cruises as defined by the CDC, with guest and crew vaccination rates approaching 100%, and are available for guests who have received their final dose of an approved COVID-19 vaccine at least 14 days prior to the beginning of the cruise, confirm their status as fully vaccinated for COVID-19, and provide proof of vaccination in advance of boarding. It's important for guests to come prepared, as those who arrive at the embarkation terminal without the proper proof of vaccination will not be able to cruise and no refund will be issued. For details on acceptable proof of vaccination, please visit our applicable frequently asked questions for your cruise. Vaccination exemptions must be pre-approved and are subject to capacity controls. Exemptions are not granted on embarkation day. Unvaccinated guests must adhere to specific protocols and testing requirements as communicated to them in advance as a condition for travel. COVID-19 testing requirements. Sailing from the United States, we will also require all fully vaccinated guests to produce a negative, medically observed COVID-19 test, PCR or antigen taken within 2 days of their embarkation on all Princess sailings. Guests will be required to provide proof of a negative COVID-19 test upon arrival in the terminal to board. Sailings from the United Kingdom. To board the ship, fully vaccinated guests will require a negative viral COVID-19 test, which will be administered at the terminal and provided on a complimentary basis. Guests who received a vaccination exemption are still required to take a negative PCR test within 2 days of embarkation and will be tested again in the terminal prior to boarding the ship, and again within 24 hours of disembarkation for itineraries 5 days or longer. Unvaccinated guests will continue to be charged $150 per person for the testing and administration. Enhanced health screenings. Guests will be asked to complete an online health questionnaire in the Medallion class app within 24 hours of their sailing and undergo enhanced pre-embarkation health screening, which will include confirmation of their health screening responses, validation of their vaccination documents, and any required COVID-19 testing. We will refer anyone with signs and symptoms of COVID-19 or who are identified at risk for additional medical screening before allowing them to board. Secondary screenings and health checks throughout the cruise will be performed when necessary. Contact tracing is planned for every cruise. Masks and physical distancing. We strongly encourage guests to wear face masks when in public spaces indoors. To protect our guests and crew while on board, new requirements are being implemented. All guests will be required to wear a face mask, with no exceptions in the following areas and situations: elevators, designated indoor entertainment areas, retail shops, the casino except when eating or drinking, prior to being seated in our main dining room and in the buffet area, occasionally in other designated areas where a large number of guests may congregate, during embarkation and disembarkation in the terminal, during the disembarkation process on board, and during the disembarkation process on board. We always recommend guests to wash or replace their mask daily and choose a good quality, ideally medical grade, standard mask. Please note that visors and face shields will not be accepted as a substitute for a face mask. Unvaccinated guests will be required to wear a face mask at all times while indoors in accordance with health authority requirements. Onboard health practices. Guests will be encouraged to use the hand washing sinks and hand sanitizer dispensers at venue entrances and in high traffic areas throughout the ship. Guests will be asked to follow health information about the ways to stay healthy on board and when ashore through daily programming, entertainment, systems, announcements, in-stateroom literature, and our app. There will be no self-service for meals. We will do the serving for you. Public areas and staterooms will be thoroughly and more frequently cleaned using a safe disinfectant proven to quickly kill coronaviruses. Ventilation. Ships will feature enhanced air filtration with upgraded HVAC systems. These systems will be designed to replace air within public spaces and staterooms every 5 to 6 minutes. HEPA filters will be used in key areas such as medical centers and dedicated isolation rooms as a further safeguard. Youth programs. Our Camp Discovery youth and teen programs will continue to operate with reduced capacity, physical distancing, and mask wearing. Following the CDC's recommendations, we look forward to welcoming vaccinated children. Safe experiences ashore. Vaccinated guests may participate in both Princess-operated tours and independent sightseeing. Guests will be required to follow the health protocols for every port we visit. This includes local government guidance for mask wearing, physical distancing, testing, health screenings, etc. Protocols may be subject to change without notice. The status of local guidelines will be shared with guests prior to disembarkation at each destination. Medical care. Our highly trained medical staff includes doctors and nurses capable of caring for a broad range of medical conditions, including dealing with COVID-19 patients. Medical centers will be equipped with COVID-appropriate testing and treatment capabilities. All team members will be required to wear Princess-approved face masks. All right, and that is the current health and safety protocols for Princess Cruise Lines. So just like any cruise line, any cruise that you are going to take, if you have any questions on the health and safety protocols, make sure you go over to the website, read through everything they have on there, look at the frequently asked questions. If you cannot find your answer in there for any reason, definitely give Princess a call. Make sure you have all of your ducks in a row. That way when you get to the cruise terminal, you can't be denied boarding for any reason. They won't be able to find anything to keep you away from your vacation that you've worked really hard to take. All right, I hope you have enjoyed today's video. If you have, do me a favor, give it a thumbs up. Have yourself a great day, and we will see you out on the high seas.